For today's tutorial, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to do the mandala wrap top. It's one of my most popular designs and it's been highly requested. Today you'll be using some yarn weight 4. I used acrylic in the color purple. It is the Lion brand Pound of Love yarn. I'm also going to be using a pair of scissors and a 4mm crochet hook. Okay, to begin, I'm going to unravel some yarn here. We're going to start off by a slip knot. You're going to chain 6. Then you're going to form a loop by slip stitching into the first stitch there. And you created a circle. Then you're going to chain 3. That's going to count as your first double crochet. Now you're going to double crochet 15 more times into the ring. You're going to have a total of 16 stitches. Okay, so I have 16 stitches into the ring there. Now you're going to go to the third chain from the beginning, 1, 2, 3, so that third one. You're going to slip stitch to close the circle there. Okay, for round 2 you're going to chain 5. Those first 4 chains are going to be a treble crochet, and then that chain 1 is going to be a chain 1. And then next we're going to do a treble. Then you're going to chain 1. You're going to do a treble crochet in the next stitch. And that's the pattern for this round. You're just going to chain 1 and treble crochet into the next. Okay, so I'm at the end here. I did my last stitch and I chained 1. So we are going to count up to the 4th chain from the beginning, and then in that 4th chain we're going to slip stitch. To close the round. It's going to be a little bit wonky right now, but as you add more rows it'll straighten out. Okay, so I put 3 more right there, and then I'll just put 3 more into the next space, and that's the pattern. All the way around, 3 treble crochets in each space, and I'll meet you back. Okay, so I am back at the end here, and then I'm just going to slip stitch into the 4th chain there to close the round. For round 4, you're just going to chain 5 and then skip a stitch. Skip that stitch and then slip stitch into this one. Chain up 5. Skip the next stitch and then slip stitch into the next one. You're going to do that all the way around and I'll meet you back. Okay, so I'm at the end here and I did my last chain 5, and then I'm going to slip stitch into the first chain that we started in. Or stitch, I mean. Okay, so for this next row you're just going to slip stitch into the next space there of the chain 5. You're going to chain up 4. and you're going to treble crochet 3 more times into the same space. So that there is a total of 4 stitches. And that is the pattern for this round. You're going to treble crochet 4 into each chain 5 space. Okay, so this is what your piece should be looking like right now. For the next round, you're going to chain up 3, and you are going to double crochet in the next 23 stitches. Just 1 double crochet in each stitch. Okay, so I just finished up my 24 stitches, and you're going to chain 2. And then in the next stitch, you're going to do a double crochet. This will start to form a corner. After a few rows, it'll be more apparent. So we're going to double crochet 1 in the next 23 stitches for a total of 24. And that's pretty much the pattern. You're just going to double crochet 24, chain 2, double crochet 24 until you go all the way around, and it should work out completely evenly. If not, then you messed up somewhere in through here. Okay, so I'm at the end here, and I'm going to chain up the last 2 chains and slip stitch into the 3rd right there to close the round. Now it's kind of wonky right now, but like I said, after a few rows it'll get more straight. So that's what it should be looking like. It should start forming 4 corners here to start making the square that we want. Okay, so for the next handful of rows, it's going to be pretty similar, like really repetitive. So I'll do most of this off camera. So I'm just going to go through the first row with you. You're going to chain up 3. You're going to put 1 double crochet in each stitch. Until you get to the corner here, and I'll show you what to do. Okay, so I'm at the corner here, and I'm going to double crochet 2. Chain up 3. Double crochet 2 more. And every corner will be exactly like that. Chain 2, or double crochet 2, chain 2, double crochet 2 more to form a corner. Then you're just going to put 1 double crochet in each stitch all the way around. You're going to repeat this process for your desired size. I did 11 rows, but I will check back in with you guys to tell you exactly how many I ended up doing. Okay, so this is what your piece should be looking like right now. Just basically a big square. I stopped at row 11, starting from the middle. I did 11 rows. This is the point where you would add more rows if you would like a larger size. From corner to corner, it should reach from shoulder blade to shoulder blade. So work it up until you meet that point. And I am going to tie this off because we will be starting on the 2 front panels of the top. So you will just put this to the side. Okay, so to begin the front panel portion, you will start off with a slip knot. You'll chain up 17. Then you will double crochet into the 4th chain from the hook. And then put 1 double crochet in each chain. After you've reached that point, you will chain up 3, flip your work, double crochet 1 in each stitch, and repeat all the way till the end of the row here. And you will repeat this until you have 9 completed rows. Okay, so I crocheted up 9 rows, and then this is where you'll start increasing. So you'll chain up 3, turn your work, and then double crochet in the same stitch right there. And that will start the increase. So then for the rest of this row, you will just put 1 double crochet in each stitch. Okay, so as you can see, I double crocheted 1 in each stitch. I did not increase, even though we are on the increase side here. This row, we're not going to increase. So we're going to turn our work, or we're going to chain up 3, turn our work, and then we will increase. Okay, so it's going to be every other row of the increase side. So we chained up 3, and then you'll double crochet 1 in the same stitch. And that will create another increase. And then for the rest of the row, you will just double crochet 1 in each stitch. Okay, so I went to the other side. This side is the straight row. So to keep it straight, you will just chain up 3, turn your work, and then double crochet into the next stitch. Then you will just double crochet 1 in each stitch until you've reached the other side, the increased side. See how it's slightly veering out? This one's staying straight, this one's veering out, and it will become more noticeable once you add more rows. Okay, so once again, we are on the increase side, but for this row, we're not going to increase. It's going to be every other row. So we're going to chain up 3, and since we didn't increase on that row, we're going to increase on this row. So we're going to double crochet into the same stitch. And then you will put 1 double crochet in each stitch for the rest of the row. So I hope you guys get the pattern that's happening. I'll show you for a few more rounds, but it's really repetitive after that, and then I will let you know how many rows to do. Okay, so I'm back over at this side. We are on the straight side, so we are going to keep it straight by chaining 3, turning our work, and then double crocheting in the next stitch. That's going to keep it straight. Then you will double crochet 1 in each stitch until you reach the other side here. Okay, so I reached the other side, and again, even though I am on the increase side there, this row I'm not going to increase because you can see the previous row we did increase. So we're going to not increase on this row, and we're going to increase on the next row. So to do that, we will chain 3, flip our work, and double crochet into the same stitch. And then double crochet 1 in each stitch until the end of the row. So I hope you guys have caught on to the pattern that's happening right now. You will just continue with that until you have 23 rows. Once you have 23 rows all together, I will come back and show you what to do. Okay, so this is what your piece should be looking like right now. 1 straight edge and then 1 curved edge. I stopped at row 23, and if you did it right, you should end up on the increase side. So to make the tie, you will chain out 100. Okay, so I chained out 100, and then you will half double crochet in each stitch. Just put 1 half double crochet in each chain all the way down the chain until you get to the main piece, and then I'll show you how to attach and then tie off. Okay, so I finished half double crocheting along the chain here, and now I am back. I'm trying to show you guys. Okay, so I'm back at the main piece on the increased side, and see the first row right there? So wherever it ends, we're going to just slip stitch, tie off, and pull through to secure. And that's how you do the front panel. And you will just repeat the same process for the other side. I did the first one earlier. So now I have two of the exact same pieces, like so. Okay, so to assemble it, you will lay down your back piece with the front facing up. Then you will layer on each side where the increase is going inward. To attach your pieces, you will do the shoulder pieces by slip stitching or sewing them up. Then you will leave out approximately 9 to 11 rows depending on how big your arms are. So approximately 6.5 inches you will leave open for the arm. Then you will sew up along this portion here to seam up the sides. I just finished up sewing the pieces where I told you to sew up. So just to kind of show you guys, here's the side. I have enough for an armhole. Here's the front portion. The side is all closed up and the shoulder piece. So we are going to turn our work where the seams are on the inside here. And you're going to begin at the arm portion. I like starting at the armpit area just so that the seam is kind of hidden. So we'll just start there in the corner. Okay, you're going to attach your piece of yarn. I'm just going to attach it by making 2 double knots. For the arms, I'm going to make it a mesh pattern to make it open, and I'm probably going to do a bell sleeve. So to start, I'm going to pull through, chain up 3, or chain up 4. The first 3 chains will be your double crochet, the 4th chain will be a chain, and then you'll just start skipping a stitch and double crocheting in the next. Chain 1, skip a stitch, double crochet in the next, chain 1, skip a stitch and double crochet into the next. And you're going to do that all the way around this armhole. And once you have completed, I'll meet you back over here and show you how to close it up. Once you get to working into the front piece, you see how the stitches are going a different way. These are going up. These are going sideways, so it's going to be a little bit more difficult for you to figure out how much is a space difference. I like to put a chain and a double crochet in each row, if that makes sense. So that was 1 double crochet and then a chain for this row. And then I'll do 1 wherever my hook fits, just randomly, but make sure it's even, chain 1, and then I'm going to work into the other row, just to make it pretty even. I hope that makes sense. Just keep it even and work wherever your hook will fit. Okay, so I have double crocheted and chained 1 all the way around the armhole here. And now I'm back at the beginning. And I chained 1, and then to close the round, I'll count up to the 3rd stitch, the 3rd chain, and slip stitch. For the 2nd row, I'm going to chain up 4, skip that space and double crochet in the previous double crochet from the row before, chain 1, skip the space and double crochet in the previous double crochet from the row before. You're going to follow that all the way around. Follow that all the way around the sleeve until you get to the last double crochet over here. So I've double crocheted and chained one all the way over to the last one. I'm going to create my last chain, count up to the third chain from the beginning, and slip stitch. And you're going to repeat that process for 30 rows. After 30 rows, we will begin our increase process for the bell sleeves. Okay, so I just finished up doing 30 rows for the arm. And now I'm going to show you how to create a bell sleeve. You're going to chain up 4 and then double crochet in the same space right there, or the same stitch. Chain 1, double crochet in the next stitch. Still keeping with the pattern here of chaining 1, skip the space, double crochet in the next double crochet. So for this round, you will just repeat this process. I crocheted all around this row. Now I'm back at the beginning here, and I'm going to chain my last chain. And I'm going to count up 1, 2, 3 of that first chain 4 we did, and slip stitch in the third chain. And for the next 4 rows, so 5 total of increase, we are going to do the same process. We are going to chain up 4 and then double crochet in that same space. See how it's going in the same stitch there? Then you will chain 1, double crochet in the next, and repeat that all the way around. And I'm going to show you one more round just so you get the hang of it, and you're going to do 5 total. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys one more time. You're going to chain up 4 and then double crochet into the same stitch. Chain 1, skip the space, double crochet in the previous double crochet. Chain 1, skip the space, and double crochet. So now that was our 3rd row of increase. So you're going to create 2 more after this one, so 5 total. To make the ends look more finished, we're going to chain 1, single crochet in the same stitch, single crochet in the space, and then single crochet in the next stitch. We're going to repeat that all the way around. Just put 1 single crochet in each space and in each stitch, all the way around, like so. So it'll make it look more finished. I single crocheted the last space there, and then I'm just going to slip stitch into the first single crochet, and then I will tie off, and your sleeve is done. So just go back and crochet the other sleeve exactly the same as you did the other one, and then sew in all your ends, and your piece is finished.